you cannot let them loose, And now we deporting all those criminals. It's just awesome, because I'm an illegal immigrant. I waited
Same here.
10 years
Me
for
too.
my green card,
Me too.
and I'm here for another 45 years, but I never been arrested. I never did anything wrong. No, so I'm not afraid that they're gonna arrest me. I'm not afraid of that.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
if you're criminal, you can better go back by yourself, so you can go back to your own country before you go to Venezuela and sitting there in jail.
Mm.
So no,
Yeah.
I'm all for it. What happened with the border?
Right.
Biden said we cannot do it without the right. We have to make a deal together so in order to close the border. Now Trump is there. 1 month, boom, closed, done. So simple it is. So
Yeah.
they will say all that
So
they did for the last 4 years is lie to you, and Biden fill up his pockets a little bit more, and Obama too, because you cannot tell me that Obama didn't know what was going on. How come he has four big houses? Not from his paycheck, no,
yes.
from stealing.
Yeah, because
You know?
I remember just about a year ago, because Elon Musk bought Twitter and then he lost all the ads money. And
Yeah,
remember, he told Disney CEO to go F up because he
I
doesn't
yeah,
care
I
about the
yeah,
money, right? Remember
yeah,
that? Yeah, so I
yeah. Of
think
course, I remember it.
I think we should have people like this, so it won't
Yeah,
be, like try to steal the money, like you said, or have a corrupt
I know.
system because they're
Yeah.
not there for the money. You know what I mean?
Well, you saw what happened. That just let's say Elon Musk he bought Twitter for 44 billion.
Right.
Here's money enough. That was 44 billion, but we got back our free speech, and then we find out
Yeah.
our government is putting down free speech.
Yes.
And so now we'll be glad of. This the best thing will happen, Elon Musk, because he has so much money, and also Trump. You know
Hmm.
because I'm from the Netherlands, and everything will happen with Trump with his business, try to ruin him. That will happen with me and smaller than smaller business, but they cut me out of business. Yeah, that's the reason I came to America. I didn't have money enough to fight him, but
Oh,
Trump has money to fight him, and he did with his own money, because every president get rich, but Trump it cost him more than $1 billion already to be president. And it cost Elon Musk millions and maybe billions of dollars, yeah, to make
mm,
it right here for the American people that we have free speech. That's
sure.
because
Yes.
Elon Musk has the money, because I cannot do it, you cannot do it. A lot of people cannot do it. 99.9% of the population cannot do what
Right.
Elon Musk for us. So he did more for us. So, and now they after him. And the worst thing is that he gets so many threats, death threats. It's just horrible. It's just horrible.
Yeah. What do you
So,
think? So I found it a little bit strange is the people who get upset because he lay off people from government agencies, but at the same time
mhm.
they destroy Tesla, let's say Tesla, the car, or Twitter, but that's also was a company, or are the companies that employ
Because people don't
thousands of
think,
people too, right?
I know, because people don't think those Democrats, because they think they gonna hurt Elon Musk. They don't hurt him. They hurt the people who work for him.
Exactly.
If he has to fire some people because his sales are coming down,
Yeah,
and that's just temporary,
yeah,
and he can afford it. If you don't make money for 10 years, he has money for 1 million years in his pocket. So you're not gonna hurt Elon Musk. You hurt the people who bought those cars. That's
yes,
the people you're hurting.
exactly.
And that's what I say. They are so stupid. There are so many people who they have really no brains. That's the reason why they don't work. Yeah, and living on the government and the food stamps, or they work and they have a paycheck because they never wrote a paycheck. You know what I mean? So I
Okay.
say I've been all my life in business. I wrote paychecks, not one or two, no, tens of thousands of paychecks. And you take the risk that you go under. And that happened too in 1992. I went
Mm,
out of business. Yeah, and in 2006, yeah, my other business went out of business, and now I'm retired, of course,
mhm.
and I have it better. I have good. I have a car. Can eat what I want. You go to the doctor if I have to, and I feel good, and I've got a nice place to live. What
Mhm.
else you need? I mean, $5 million in the bank when I die. Doesn't matter how much money you have when you die.
Right.
So, but if you have a good life, and that's what Elon Musk is trying to do, to get people a little bit more money, and
Yeah.
we're gonna make products here, so the food prices are coming down. This only can happen when energy comes down, and when it all comes down, the food prices will come down too in a little bit. And if everybody can get a job, yeah, then
Yeah.
we get more money, income, and it will average out. That don't happen in the next week or in the last 4 weeks. I mean, you have to build that up. So it take maybe a year, maybe 2 years. Yeah,
Right.
let's hope before the midterms that the factories are there and that people say, "Hey, I have a nice paycheck. I can afford a house now." Because nobody can
Yeah,
afford a
and
house.
then the crime rate will come down as well, and that
Yeah, that's another thing. That's
right?
that's that's the most important thing, that
Yes.
you don't have to live in fear. If you have a neighbor that he's a criminal, you're afraid to say something,
Yeah.
and if you see that he gets arrested, then you're happy that he's gone. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I don't have him here around me, luckily. But if I go over the hill, where I live, Simi Valley. If I go over the hill there in Chatsworth, they're started already. Homeless people, and
Uh-huh.
a lot of bums. And if I go the other side, it's the same thing. So it's yeah, I'm happy where I live, but I'm looking around too. If I drive, and some some people you make mistakes, and they give me the finger. I'm not even.
Oh,
I'm not. I never give anybody the finger. I never did it in my life. Not to nobody.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah, just fun. To a friend of mine, fun, but not for the. No, no, I never did. I never will. You know,
Okay.
because if somebody is mad and you get mad, then you have a fight. Yeah,
Mm,
and in a fight, there are no winners. And or they hit you in your ear or your stomach, or you get a knife in your ribs, and then you're done. You can say, "Yeah, it was his fault," but you're laying 6 feet under. So one has to be the smart one, yeah, and say,
yes.
"Okay, sir, sorry, you're right." Yeah, even when he's not right, sir, you're right. And it's over. You know, and that's when you see on the road that so many times road rage. Yeah, I've been in there when I was younger. Yeah, it happened. I know.
Mhm.
But I was always lucky nothing happened. But you get older, you get also, I think, a little bit smarter too. And by the
Mhm.
time you know everything, you're gonna.
So, what about what do you think about those U.S. aids, those money going out to other countries that they spend
That,
on I don't know weird stuff?
well, we see that. We see what happens. And same with the judge.
Judge, yes.
And who stopped Trump to deport those criminals. His
Uh-huh.
daughter, yeah, she has a non-government organization, but the
Mm,
government put money in there, so his daughter gets a lot of money to protect immigrants, illegal immigrants. So
mhm.
they roaming off hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, even if it's
Okay.
$20,000. That doesn't matter how much it is. But Trump stopped that. So the judge said, "Hey, my money is not coming in anymore." Well, dare you do that? I'm gonna get you,
Mm,
because he's doing that for years already. And Trump, stop it. He did stop it. He stopped everything, all the corruption was going on. They stop it, and
mhm.
they don't like it. That's the point. They don't like it because Trump is now in their pockets. Yeah, the government can be in your pocket. That's okay, but not in their pocket. Trump is doing that in their pocket. And if Trump have to spend another $1 billion out of his own money, he's happy to do that.
Mhm.
So it's the same with Elon Musk. He's happy to do that to make this country better for the people here who live here legally or born here, Americans.